Hello and welcome back to another episode of Internal Rambles. This is your girl Rochelle. If you are new, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you for tuning back in. Internal Rambles is a very eclectic podcast. I talk about everything from my life, career, relationships, mental health, self-care, trending entertainment topics. I also have bonus content, which could be my reality recaps. I have an unconventional book club that I recently started, and etc., etc., etc. You can reach me pretty much everywhere that you get your podcast content. I also release my audio on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, and like me over on YouTube, and subscribe to me wherever you get your podcast content so that you get my episodes immediately. And I just want to thank you for listening to me. Tell your mother, sister, brother, cousin, auntie, baby, daddy, baby, mama about me so that they also can listen to this great content as well. Today I am going to be just discussing some random trending entertainment stuff, things that I've seen on the web, but I do want to get into also just discussing some upcoming stuff that will be occurring here at Internal Rambles. So as I mentioned, I started an unconventional book club back in October 2022. And what that is that we pick a book, we take 2 to 3 months to read it, and then we discuss it. So our first book is Anxious People by Frederick Backman, and I'm releasing this episode on December 8th. And that is when we will be discussing that book. I also will be announcing our next book, which will begin in January. So be on the lookout for that episode that is also releasing today. And I also, like I said, will be announcing the next book. You can read ahead and read early, but we will not begin reading and kind of going through that book until January. So please tune into that episode where we're discussing that book club style later on today. And then also I mentioned that my bonus content also includes my reality recaps. I have been on hiatus from that since November. I have previously recapped various seasons or multiple seasons of Married at First Sight. I have also recapped Ready to Love, Love and Marriage DC. And so I had initially stated that I was going to kind of slow down a bit and not do 2 shows at a time because it just kind of got a bit overwhelming with the amount of content or the various content that I was doing. But then I kind of went back and said, since I am on hiatus, that I probably could go and do 2 shows at a time. So right now, and subject to change, hello, random internal rambles content over here. I do believe in January, that's the next season of Married at First Sight, I will return to recapping that week by week. Just a little disclaimer, I don't start recapping that show so it actually probably won't start in January because I don't start recapping the show until they get to the honeymoons. So it probably won't start until February, honestly. I think there's another show that is going to start in January, so there may actually be reality recaps in January, but I just have to see when that start date is. So, but we will just have to see. So maybe reality recaps will start in January, but I will do the next season of Married at First Sight. So hopefully we will get some reality recaps coming soon, but definitely within the first quarter of the year. And then my other bonus content is the male perspective with G.O. We have 2 episodes of that. The first episode released in October and the last episode released in November. That was Dating in Your 20s versus Dating in Your 30s. Please check out those episodes. There should be another episode in December. We will most likely stray away from relationships and go to a different topic. So be on the lookout for the next episode of The Male Perspective coming in December. Okay, and my normal Thursday episodes, I begin with either Rochelle's raves, which is something that I'm positive about, I'm excited about, I'm looking forward to, or Rochelle's rant, something that's upsetting me, that's agitating me, that's getting on your girl's nerves. And so today I have a rave. And my rave is just that I am really just trying to push through negativity and focus on the positive. I was having just some really weird days last week where my anxiety was kind of high, and that happens. Negativity was trying to poke its little head through, but I pushed past it, and that happens, right? Just life happens and you get frustrated about things, but this is really a really great month to focus on the positive. As I mentioned before, around my birthday I do goal lists, and then around New Year's I do my vision board. So I've really just been trying to focus on, okay, what do you want for 2023? And I've been trying to focus on that in my head so that I can kind of prepare for my vision board. And my vision board isn't exactly it doesn't have to mirror my goal list. And that's because my goal list is one thing, my vision board is another thing, and that may seem weird, but it is true. But it's similar, it doesn't have to be the same. So, and sometimes goals change, and sometimes by the time I get to my vision board, I may have accomplished things already on my goal list. And so, and procrastination is just a really, really negative, bad habit of mine. And so there was something I was trying to work on, and then I procrastinated and I missed a deadline. I was like, girl, this is why you gotta stop procrastinating. But then another opportunity happened. I didn't miss that deadline, and so I felt really positive again. So it's just really kind of pushing past those negative self-defeating behaviors that people have. I'm not perfect. And so that's that. I'm just really looking forward to 2023 and just knocking out those goals. And I'm really excited about doing my vision board. And that is just really just staying motivated, because life be life, and as I say all the time, and there be a lot going on, and it's just really, when you're so busy sometimes, or when there's an aspect of your life that just seems to encompass so much of your life, and for me that can be like work and other stuff too. Sometimes just having the energy to do other stuff is just like, child, not today or tomorrow. So yeah, I'm just really kind of looking forward to, it's December. So, a new year, hopefully. I'm not a new year, new me. That's not a thing, but I'm looking forward to 2023 and what that may bring. So that's my rave. It's just focusing on those goals and accomplishing them, and staying motivated and keeping that energy and that positivity. So, and looking forward to creating that vision board and knocking stuff off of that vision board. Really hoping that I can buy that house I've been trying to buy. I haven't even looked at the market because, well, passively I have, but there's no point in looking right now. But towards the end of the first quarter is when I probably will start actively looking again. So it's just about gearing up to that point, getting that actively, aggressively. I mean, I have money saved, but definitely want to save a little bit more, aggressively saving again. And just when I've been passively looking, I'm like, ain't no house even piqued my interest, which is not a bad thing, because I would hate to see a house that I really want, and it's not the time for me to buy right now. So really hoping to buy a house next year. But we'll see. It's all in God's time and the right time. It's not my time, it's God's time. So yeah, and there's some other things on that list too, or that's going to be on that vision board. So excited about doing that. So excited about these goals, child. Stay motivated, stay prayed up. And that's my rave. It's just accomplishing things and pushing past some of those negative thoughts and that negative energy. And especially when the reason why it's just like sometimes I'm just around negative people, and it's just like their energy can be so and it's not people that's close to me. I'm not talking, there's nobody that's close to me. It's just like people that you have to be around, and they can just be so draining. So yeah, that's that. Stay motivated, stay prayed up. You can do it. I can do it. And that's that. So that's my rave. So let's move into, I'm going to kind of bounce a little bit around. But one of the things, I've been saying this, and I know ain't nobody listening to me, but I'm going to like entertainment and trending stuff, okay? Where is the verses? Okay, where Timbaland, Swiss Beats, we need it, I miss it. They announced it's coming back, it ain't came back. What's going on? I mean, this would be a great time, holiday time, for a nice verses. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I feel like, I know they had that legal stuff. I just feel like they're dropping, or there's a lot of missed opportunities. But what I will say is that the void that's there is definitely being filled with D-Nice's Club Quarantine. Now, here's an interesting, I don't know if I've talked, I think I may have mentioned this. I am just recently getting into Club Quarantine. I really wasn't watching D-Nice until like within the last few months. I just recently started catching it. D-Nice is dope. I mean, his mixes are crazy. I'll just randomly catch him, and he is definitely a vibe. I mean, the way and he has been getting so many opportunities. I mean, just recently, within the last day or two, he has performed or played, or whatever the term is, for Michelle Obama's events. I mean, he's been, I think, was he at like Carnegie Hall? I mean, he is just all over the literal world. He has this mix that when I'm just trying to like get stuff done, I'm just trying to like vibe, I'll be working on something, I just play it. Like, I actually have it saved. It's this really nice R&B mix that he has, and it's like 3 or 4 hours long. Like, and he just, I mean, he does this for free, but there's a method to the madness, because it has definitely given him a lot of opportunity. And he was one of the one that I have saved. He's like, yeah, I just came back. I had to, I just got off a flight. And I was like, I just feel like playing. And he played for like 4 hours. It was crazy. But I appreciate it. And it's just really, really great music. Some of the music I'm not really into, but it's very rare. But I appreciate it, because his mixes are, he did this one like it was like a new edition, and then it went into like old school, like 80, it was like an 80s R&B mix. It was amazing. So kudos to D-Nice. I hope he never stops it. And he does it so often. If he slowed down, I would understand. But he just has, for the last, like 2-3 years, he's been so consistent. So, and it's not a business for him in the way that, Versus has, they have it for free, but then they've charged concerts. But it's a business for him because it's opened up so many opportunities. So he still does it for free. But it's just, he does do concerts, but he still just keeps it for free as well, if that makes any sense. So I don't know what's going on with Versus. I just need them to come back. I don't know. Okay, so this next portion is just kind of like some interesting, funny things that I've seen on like the internet, the Shade Room, and this other site. That's kind of like the hot mess stuff on the internet that I found funny and entertaining. Like, don't take this seriously. Like, I'm not taking it seriously, but I just found it funny. But So if you know the new rapper Glorilla, like, I don't know, like, I don't think she really feels that she's a relationship expert, but she be giving all kind of relationship advice. So the first thing that she says is, I actually was going to paraphrase, but I won't be able to really get the essence of what she's saying. So I'm just going to play what she says. Okay, so here we go.
Say this. If you trusted that you met at the club, you was a hot mess in the goddamn food, and you don't got no mother home training. Because you sitting up here falling in love with a that you know you met at a place where he looking for it. For how he finna treat you like a mother? Why the you sitting your dumb right here falling in love? Stay woke. Stay the woke.
So, I can come at this a few ways. So when I was younger, I'm trying to tell you, that's where I met men at. The club, the bar, the club, yeah. And it was what it was. Like, honestly, yeah. I wasn't looking for love in the club, but that's just where I was. I was every weekend, like if you listen to my last episode of The Male Perspective, Gio said, like, yo, we was in the club every weekend. He was telling all my business. But yeah, we were, and that's where I met men, It wasn't like, that wasn't my goal, like, yo, let me go to the club. But you are where you are, that's where I was. Like, I was working, I was at school, and I was at the club. And I wasn't looking for love, but but also I did mention I wasn't really trying to be in relationships either. And I think I don't like to deal in absolutes. I do think that, you could meet a cool guy, but if you fall in love with every guy at the club, yeah, but not every guy that you meet in the club is looking for a relationship. They're not looking for their wife. So you do have to be mindful of the type of person that you're meeting in the club. So I do think that there is validity, but I do think that there probably have been people that have met in a club or a bar and they have had long-lasting relationships. But yes, that most people, especially if you're younger, if they meet in a club, they're looking for a good time. They're looking they're not looking for their wife. And I think if you like, yo, let me go to the club to meet my wife, I would question that frame of thought or that mindset. So I do think that's not the place to, like, you go there to have a good time, to party or whatever. That's not like, oh, I'm about to find the love of my life in the club. That's not where, I would hope that's not where. But also it's just kind of like where do people be at, but people say, you can go to the grocery store, you can go to the library, you can go to Starbucks. As you get older, yes. But when you're young, you're trying to have a good time, that's not, the club ain't the place to find your good man. Can you? I mean, anything can happen. So I do think there's validity too. It's just kind of funny the way she puts it. But I do think there's validity to what she's saying. So let's move on to the next relationship advice from Glorilla.
But it's the topic on the 50-50 with a relationship. Me personally, I feel like you supposed to go 50-50 with, because it just gets you to the point where, like, you just feel like you don't gotta do nothing. Like, he gonna make you lazy, and as a woman, you should want to have your own going. You shouldn't want it to be where to leave you today. He was paying all the bills, and now you got this weight on your shoulders. You shouldn't want that. Like, you should be able to, like, feel like, okay, if you leave, I'm good. If you stay, I'm good. Like, either way, I'm good. Like, and you should want to be a team. Like, the more money y'all make, the more money y'all make, the more get done. Like, if he just buying, if he paying for everything, don't you want gifts sometimes? Don't you want to buy you some sometimes? Like, and don't you want to buy something from him? I just feel like it should be 50-50. Like, it's a team effort.
Okay, that's Glorilla's thoughts. And, I don't know what the percentage is, because I think that it's hard in a relationship we all say it should be 50-50, but usually it be 60-40, 70-30, 45, 45-55. Heck, sometimes it be 90-10. I think it's hard to be equal all the time, but I do believe in each person having their own, because I think it's challenging when one partner is giving everything, and then if something goes awry, y'all break up, and then you stranded, you stuck, you looking, you can't move on. You don't know what to do because the other partner was paying the bills, was handling the business, was supporting you, and now you don't have, this is pretty crass, but you don't have a pot to piss in because you wasn't handling anything and you didn't have anything in your bank account to move forward and to move on. So yeah, you should have your own. You should be supporting, and then also, yeah, you should be able to buy your significant other stuff and handle stuff and do stuff. It should not be just one person. Even if your spouse is a gadillionaire, you should still have your own life, your own goals, your own career, or whatever, your own business opportunities, whatever, your own, because there is going to be a time, even if you guys have been married for 20 years, something happened to your spouse, and what, you know what I'm saying? So you should just definitely have something for yourself, and something beyond your significant other. So I mean, she has a way of with words, but she's speaking some truth. So I didn't mean this to be like a relationship topic thing, but it looked like I only saved trending or like posts from from entertainment, people in entertainment. They were all about relationships. So I had another one, but it's so ratchet. I can't deal with it. So, but this one is from Lala Vasquez. So she's talking about the youngins trying to holla at her. So let's hear from Lala.
When you're younger, you want to date older guys. And I'm not saying when you get older, you want to date younger guys, but when you get older, only younger guys want to date you. It's the wildest thing. Literally, guys will DM me or want to take me out, and I'll Google them. I'll be like, you're 22 years old. Like, how? Like, how does this work? But, like, so confident, so, like, I want to take you out. I think you're amazing. And I'm just like, what's the cutoff? Like, I don't know the cutoff. I'm just saying, what is the cutoff?
So I can say I can identify with this a little bit because, like, I've always liked and preferred older guys. And I don't mean, like, I was 18 and I was dating 35-year-old men. No, but I just like them to be a couple of years older than me, just because, and we all know this, and it's said that men mature a little slower than women. So I just like that maturity level to be there. So, I would be maybe 21 and the guy I was dealing with would be like 24, like not significant, but just a little older. And even, like now, I would prefer the guy to be a few years older than me, and just, yeah. I will say that I haven't really had a lot of experience with like younger guys trying to holler at me, but I definitely will see younger guys trying, like, looking a bit, but mostly I will say for me it's really the opposite. Older men have always liked me like uncles. Like, I'll be in the store and it'd be somebody, I'm like, you like my sister's age or like my uncle's age. Like, I'm not, no. So I don't really have that experience with like the younger dudes hollering at me, but I do understand like wanting to date a little bit older. So that's that. So what are your thoughts on some of these relationship topics from those in the entertainment world? Do you agree? Do you don't agree? Okay, so periodically I have show recommendations, and I don't think I've done this show because I still was trying to see if I liked it or not. And sorry, not sorry, I tend to have a lot of cooking show recommendations because that's like the majority of what I watch. But I had been trying to figure out if I like this show, and I do. So it's Guy's Grocery Games. He's literally in his 30th season or 31st season. Totally late to the game. But I really wasn't into it. But I like that it's not your typical competition. He literally has games that they have to play in order to compete and do their dishes, and it's super cool. I prefer when some of the celebrity chefs do it, but it's fine. I watch the normal kind of unknown chefs do it, and it's a fun show. I like it. So, and he's so super nice and has just like a big personality. That's what really makes the show, and he incorporates his own family in a lot of the episodes too, and it's really good. And he has a lot of other shows, and he's just like a mega, like, other than Bobby Flay, he's the other mega Food Network star. I think like last year he got like, was it 30 million? It might have been higher than that. I don't know. But yeah, Guys Grocery Games, that's my show recommendation. And then song of the podcast, I mean, I already knew clearly it was no contest. Metroboomin released his album last Friday, and he has a song. It's with A$AP Rocky featuring Takeoff, and clearly that was going to be the song of the podcast. R.I.P. Takeoff. The song is called Feel the Fire. Incredible, of course, because Takeoff is incredible. Well, it's called Feel the Fiyaaah. And Takeoff was incredible on it. A$AP Rocky is great. The album Metroboomin is incredible. So R.I.P. Takeoff. It's an incredible song. The album's really dope too. So that is the song of the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Please check out the Read with Rochelle episode that's releasing today. I hope that you are reading with Rochelle. Like I said, I'm going to do 3 books. And we will see how that goes. And after 3 books, if people aren't reading with Rochelle, then I won't continue that segment. But if you are reading with Rochelle, I really, truly, truly appreciate it. And we'll continue it. If you do have any book recommendations that you think will be good, please email me at internalrambles@yahoo.com. And I will consider it. I really appreciate it. And the Read with Rochelle episode will, of course, be released on YouTube. And please discuss with me over there under the YouTube or in the YouTube comments. And like I said, I will also be announcing the second book, and we will go from there. I hope that you are doing well. Please take care of yourself, and if you are able to, please take care of each other. And until next episode, this is your girl Rochelle.